Welcome back to the Winning Agenda's online video series. Host Brian Holland here, the big bad wolf on gintechie.net. We've been doing some testing tonight with the Argus, etc. How is that fair list, designed by Jesse Marshall, tweaked and piloted by myself. And we're in for a treat because our faux round 3 opponent is Dylan Kakawa from Canberra in Australia. Dylan is a very good Netrunner player, a phenomenal Magic the Gathering player. I've known Dylan for a while now, and Dylan actually battled all the way to the top 16 of Australian Nats this year. We unfortunately met, I think, in round 5, and we split, and I was playing this list, so I'm sure that Dylan does remember what I might be trying to do. They're playing Max, so hopefully it does. I believe it does. I believe Max's ability triggers. Let's look at our hand. So we've opened a hand with Scorched, no agenda, so I'm going to mulligan. Okay, this hand is not as good, but them's the beats. Alright, okay, this is cool. So, this might be Siphon Max, it could be Regas Max, it might be... Oh, geez, I don't know. I'm not sure what Dylan is more likely to play. Yes, good luck and have fun to you. You too. So let's put. Let us put paper wall on HQ just in case, because we don't want to get siphoned really early. We will put. Don't want to copy. Yeah, we'll put the Enigma on a new remote, and we will put the hostile takeover behind that ice. We're going to pass the turn. All right, so first couple of turns against a max list, we're not knowing what to expect are really important. And see, like already we've seen 2 cards that I'm not sure of. So we got amped up, obviously for those big turns, and DDoS. So DDoS is a big red flag, tells me that our opponent is most likely playing a count siphon. So if we see one of these out of hand, could be a problem for us. DDoS is a really great card. For those of you who watch the videos of myself and Judge Tom Daniel playing Dave Hoyland's Quetzal list, it's one of the things I was talking to Dave about recently, was the inclusion of DDoS in that list, because the ability to just play it out of your hand, trash it immediately, and get in there is really, really good, for any number of reasons. So we've got the Deja Vu to get the DDoS back, so I think I'm going to get siphoned here. 3 clicks left, play the DDoS. I assume opponent's going to use it. Get in there with a siphon. Yuck. Maybe we'll find out. 2 clicks. DDoS from the rig. Plays a count siphon. Yes, we are getting siphoned. Wop whoa. Unfortunate. And our opponent can now run and steal our hostile takeover. Shows DDoS is good. You can't really protect turn 1 against siphon unless you're willing to stack. I don't know. Does it even let you stack ice? The outermost. Yeah, okay, you could stack ice. But, I mean, that's really gross having to do that. And yes, now Dylan is not a moron. Going to steal that agenda. Okay, so we're not off to a great start. Dylan's passing the turn with 4 cards in hand. I could murder with the traffic accident. 3 tags, though. So, our opponent's going to tag me. I unfortunately just have to click for credits here. If our opponent has another one of these 2 in hand, whatever. I'm just going to gain 3, because I can't do anything until I have credits. Obviously, being on this side of a turn 1 siphon is never where you want to be, particularly when you didn't gain any credits on the first turn. If we'd kept that first hand, obviously, might have been a bit different, but you got to do the best you can with the information you have. Okay, so Dylan's far ahead here, especially in the credit deficit. So it's... What did we lose? The keyhole, that's good information to have. And the sure gamble. And Dylan's just clearing the tags. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to start turn. I might install this behind this Enigma and gain some credits, I think, because I need to get an agenda out at some point. And gain, which puts us back into optimal siphon range. But considering we've already seen 2 of the DDoS in the bin with one of the recursion pieces in Deja Vu not I'm not too worried at the moment until Dylan plays out some breakers, then we can deal with that when it happens. So our opponent's running R&D, accessing a card. I hope it's not an agenda. That'd be unfortunate. Steals false lead. Gains. Okay, sure. Takes a tag, and I assume Dylan will remove it. Thinking about it, still 3 clicks left, so you never know. It'll go again. The informed decision: if our opponent does hit another agenda, they can decide whether they want to take meat damage or whatnot. Okay, so our opponent's just gained some information there. Okay, so 2 clicks left. I think next turn I'm going to want to score this out. It's not going to feel very good. It'll depend on what we draw, really, because at the moment, unless our opponent is playing a inside job, like I was blown out with a little bit in a game earlier. Okay, I've seen Liberated Account. Pardon me. Liberated Account is a good econ card when you can play it when you already have a fair bit of econ. Playing on turn 1 by clicking for a credit to go to 6, then playing it, then clicking it twice is really clunky. But when you've got it out, it feels okay. Wilfie Horrig can explain to you his feelings on that, and that have certainly influenced mine. Alright, we've drawn a Quandary, which should be good. But I think, at the moment, because I can res this ice if I need to. Depends on 0 credits, no tags. I'm just going to score out the false lead. And that's sort of an ever-present threat. So the good thing about having the false lead in this deck in particular is that whenever our opponent steals an agenda or anything like that, not even stealing an agenda, whenever our opponent wants to make a run on something where they might access an agenda, they really have to do so at an optimal time in their turn. So it changes the way your opponent actually has to structure their turns. For instance, if my opponent has a false lead scored in this sort of matchup, I will actually do the arbitrary actions that I had for that turn, as in, drawing, gaining credits, playing events or whatever, in my first 2 clicks, and then I won't actually make the run until click 3. Alright, so starting turn, got the Miramati. I'm actually just going to play the Quandary out onto R&D and gain some credits, because we're still really behind, which is super unfortunate. Thankfully, we didn't lose any 2-pointers early on. Oh, what else has been milled from Max here? Faust, okay. The Levy's there, which is what we assume is going to eat a recursion piece later if Dylan needs it. And Trope. Trope, which we've sort of talked about before, is obviously good in Max, but you really sort of want to play it probably early game to get the most out of it toward the end. It's probably like it's probably a, I don't want to say better version of Levy. Like, it'll shuffle in all the relevant cards, but I suppose in the late game, if most of your cards, your programs and everything are on the field, it can just shuffle in just gas straight into your deck. Whereas this one, that should be very, very selective. Alright, so our opponent's played out the Liberated and clicked it 3 times. Okay. Gillihan's, okay. This isn't too bad, so what I might do is install this in server 0. Gain 2 credits. We're still under no immediate pressure. After seeing the keyhole, I'm starting to think that maybe... Well, there's the Faust. Okay, but yeah, that's what I was going to say. The Eater keyhole could be a problem going in, because this deck does just drop dead to Eater keyhole, in which case I want to try and get a... Oh no, okay, here's the DDoS. Got a Copper Siphon. Yep. Obviously no res. I'm going to want to hit a wraparound at some point to get around the Faust and Eater situation. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be scoring an agenda next turn if I need to draw some economy cards or something like that. But that is the 3rd DDoS, so, I mean, on the bright side, look on the bright side alive, the DDoS should be in my bin. Oh, okay. I think you can click and drag it. Yes, Dylan was telling me before we jumped on that it'd be a little while since they'd played on Jinteki, so still some little things that are automated. Oh, yeah, that's right. Can I res this? No, I can't. Nice one, Brian. If I'd put the paper wall there or something, I could have protected both of those agendas before. We're losing that one as well. Damn shame. And obviously, because I'm on 1 credit, Dylan doesn't even have to worry about that being a trap, because Again, they've gone about it by draining me down. And assume with 29 credits and a click left, you'll clear the tag. Then you don't have a whole lot to worry about with the cards in hand. Oh, 3 tags now. So, if the trends are anything to go by, I really just need to gain credits here. This is gross. What can I get rid of? Probably the Miramati. What's on HQ at the moment? Purple. I need something to replace that. The Quandary can do that pretty easily, unless their opponent's playing Parasite. I haven't seen any real sign of it yet. It's an interesting list though. So let's just game 3. Discard the Miramati. Did I game 3? No, that's right. I was already on 1. Okay. We just really need to stabilise here, obviously. So, Dylan's lost their Retrieval Run and Hades Shard. And, as suspected, clearing the tags. All 3. 1 click left. Maybe we'll see a run. I think maybe ideally, if the plan is to go with the DDoS, you don't want to run anywhere to give me the opportunity to res the ice. It's still the same old thing. Okay, that's good to know. Alright, so we've got another Project Atlas. So I might install Advanced Gain a Credit to keep me on 3 to res the Enigma. Do I have any other thing I can really do? I need to get another agenda out soon. Do I need to... do I not worry about having the tutor on the first one? Well, here's the thing. What... outside of DDoS, which are all 3 in the bin, and it is, what, a resource? I think, yeah. So, only way for opponent to recur it is to use a Deja Vu. And we have to hedge bets as to one of the Deja Vus in the hand. So there's 21 cards. So literally half the deck is in the bin, half is over there. It's reasonably lucky. So I think I install behind this ice and gain 2 credits is the safest way to do it. We can try and go for the tutor, like the overscore later. But if I give Dylan any indication that this is an agenda, especially a juicy agenda, like a 4 for 2 or 2-pointer, may just go about denying it. Okay, so we've seen the play for the I've had worse, so might just be digging for the Deja Vu, and very against this list, very arrogant to be just getting rid of the I've had worse. Not going to need this one today against me. Okay, so the keyhole's happening. I can res this. I don't particularly want to get keyholed, as we spoke about. It's pretty bad for me. It's pretty bad for anybody, obviously, but in this list especially, because there's only 1 Jackson. Okay. So Dylan is jacking out. 1 click remaining. Still 6 cards in hand. Oh, my throat. So it's very unprofessional video casting here with my bottle of water. Although one could argue the drinking of whiskey and cider, like we did in the first video, is even worse. Alright, so we've got the Scorched, which is good, but I think I'm just going to have to triple advance and get rid of one of these dedicated response teams. I don't think Dylan's the type to run with tags when this could be an issue, so let's just get this off the table. Discard one of these and end the turn. Obviously, credit's still a huge issue. The deficit is astronomical. Our opponent is not going to be getting mid-season this game, so I think the only chance of winning is somehow stabilizing. Well, if our opponent makes a mistake and passes the turn with tags, we might be able to kill them. Interesting, Joshua B and Wanton Destruction have been that turn. I've seen Trope and Faust come out. And now I'm going to cop a click hole to the dome. If Dylan knows what's up, probably going to get rid of those wraparounds unless they can force a an agenda into the bin. Okay, so trashing J-Gel. So, I mean, obviously Faust and Max, interesting choice. Because you're running out of deck pretty quickly. Especially quickly. And you don't have the extra card, or especially have the extra latent one card draw at the start, so you're going to play Wildside. Dylan is obviously ready with the same old thing to get back the levy. And Trope is there, ready to go. So, Dylan's going to get in. Yes, no, the very aggressive start from my favourite runner, Max. I was so excited for this card, even before the ability was spoiled, so we're pretty excited. So, Dylan's pitch to Profiteering, going to go collect it. Pass the turn with a tag. With Trope out now, it's probably not worth me trashing the same old thing to stop that, but who knows. So what's our opponent on? Still only on 4 points, so 4 to our 3. It's not terrible. What you can do is just put more things on here. Our opponent can also just get through here very, very easily at the moment. What we need is an archer, I think, and the ability to res it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on archives, and oh, there's no tag. Okay, put this on archives. I'm going to just gain some credits here. This is very bad. Dylan's got me by the short and curl. He's up against the wall. Very hard to recover from. If we can draw an archer and stay on 4 credits and somehow keep it on the remote, it's not necessarily going to keep our opponent out, but it's going to make that server extremely taxing and give us a chance to res out of here. Okay, I don't res the paper wall just for 1 card, but it's worth it because it cost me nothing. No more action. I think I want a agenda in hand, but yep, trashing a Joshua B, good card to trash because it's not that great, in my opinion. Will our opponent pluck it straight out of there? Oh no, was this a... oh, I'm so sorry guys, I'm really bad at looking at this. It was a wanton destruction, which was pretty bad because I lost my paper wall, my Atlas, and my Scorched. Alright. 4 credits, so we can click hedge fund, force the siphon basically. So let's draw first. Gain a credit, hedge fund. End the turn. Also this should be in the bin, I believe. Yeah, because it was used to break it. Yeah, sure. Alright. Just got one of the deja vus in there. It's very likely that Dylan has the 3rd deja vu in hand, in which case we're copying a siphon, I would imagine. Yeah, so with that, an archer or something kind of thing, maybe like a wraparound would also be good on this remote. That will help us score out. If I were to draw the wraparound, I probably would be more tempted to put it on R&D. Because that's the only real way we're going to stabilize at the moment, is if we put something really fat and chunky in there. Okay, so Dylan's gone for a sure gamble, place the liberator counts. Click it a couple of times because they didn't have enough money. Alright, there's our Jackson. That would have been good earlier. It's still good now actually, I'm going to play it out. 109 credits, so let's draw a card. Geothermal, yeah. Yeah, our opponent can definitely get into that. I really can't install advance anything and expect our opponent not to go for it. So let's install the Jackson. Server 0. Install the Quandary on HQ. Yeah, okay. Just to not make the siphon too obnoxious. So I wanted to put this here just so if our opponent does decide to run it, if it was naked, I'm just going to use it immediately. If I keep it behind here, there's a chance Dylan might leave it until next turn, in which case I'll be able to get to use it, which would be really good before I have to remove it to stop our opponent from winning the game when accessing archives. Where do we see the Hades shard? It's here. Okay. So if our opponent deja vus for Hades shard, then I still have a window in which to use Jackson. But yep, there goes the levy. Same old thing, levy. Everything's going back in there. Ah, here comes an account siphon. How fun and exciting. I'm still going to make our opponent discard a card. Oh, okay, it thinks it's glitched. What glitched? Yeah, this siphon's not ideal. We're going to go down to 3 credits. I'm going to retrieval run off the same old thing that's not there and just jack out to regain the click. So, not siphon? Okay. So no siphon? Oh, siphon is still there. Oh, okay. Oh, you lost a click? Confused. This interface is really good because you can fix a lot of mistakes manually, but sometimes there's just little things that go wrong, and you just have to hope your opponent is a reasonable person. Okay. And hope that you can figure it out between yourselves, which is good. It's a great platform, and strongly recommend using it if you like to play Netrunner online in a simple fashion. Alright, so we're still copying the siphon to the dome. And there we go. Okay, no more action. So we'll see if the card's going to be discarded. Cool. Good. Good. Joshua B being discarded. Who knew? Oh yeah. So as I said, we're going to get into 3 credits. Hopefully, draw something with Jackson next turn. Ideally, the wraparound, which will allow us to score out of that server. Because this siphon train is going to come. Our opponent's passing to with tags again, which is good. Now, 1 click left, so I would imagine Dylan will draw a card because I've got Scorched in hand. And he passed the turn with a tag because our opponent can't click both. Yes, so we've seen the play of I've had worse. So our opponent is not going to die. I might just score this out actually because I need the money and a agenda point would be okay. So let's go. There's no clot or anything. No? Okay. Neuro mode. Advance. Score. So it's back to 4 apiece. But really going to be an issue still. I'm still not feeling very good about this game. Alright, what did opponent lose? Oh, another Joshua B. Okay, and a deja vu. Okay, so what is the plan, Dylan? Now, spoiler alert, I think we might get siphoned again. It's very, very likely. Or if not, we can get a keyhole. I'm interested to know why Dylan hasn't keyholed me again. Maybe because I just, to be fair, wasn't paying a huge amount of attention because I'm busy talking to you fine people most of the time, and had to deal with tags and more optimal stuff. Oh, here we go, keyhole. So no more action. We're going to see a card, a useless card discarded from Faust. Yes, another Faust. Okay. I do want to draw with my Jackson, but if our opponent runs archives this turn, I have to use it. What was put in there? Just the Gillahan's Arcology. Alrighty, that would have been good to score that earlier. Would have been good to score a lot of things earlier, but yeah, the siphon was not fun. And I love the siphon trains, the power of it. Now, is Dylan going to run there on his last click, pass the turn with the tag, or take the meat damage? No, take some credits. Cool. We're starting turn. Oh, snare. Cool. Let's res Jackson. Draw 2 cards for the first click. It's a Scorch and a Profiteering. I could try and sneak one of these out. It seems pretty bad. Can I discard any of these? I can discard this because I'm not going to score it anytime soon. Depends on 4. If I do manage to score it, I could play out both of these. It's not terrible. It's like in this, it's kind of terrible in this situation. I often do shell gamey kind of things like this. You haven't seen any examples of it in the games we've played so far, but it helps. Now I do have to be ever present, aware of the Hades Shard possibility. So I've lost a box E, okay, and another Wanton Destruction. Interesting splash. I might even have to after. Reminding Dylan to pass the priority between the clicks that aren't Hades Shard, so I do have a window to use Jackson. Even though by saying that, it's definitely pointing out that I have agendas in the bin. That's okay. You have to make concessions somewhere. So yeah, on the back pedal, not feeling fantastic. And which one is that? Oh, it's the Profiteering! Oh, it's a 50% chance. That's so unfortunate. Okay. Gonna steal it. Oh, okay. And going for the second one? No? Okay. Takes the tag. So 5 points to our 4. Dylan's next option. Just see if we'll run this one. That's the game you play often, like when you play the snare and the dedicated response team out. I could have done that too, actually. You sort of got the 50% chance of dealing with 5. But yeah, as suspected. Going into archives to give the tell. So what will be discarded? Another Joshua B, huh? Okay, gonna use Jackson. Let's put in this one. And this one. And what was I thinking about Scorched? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna need the Scorched. Let's take the hedge fund. I gotta remember to shuffle the deck. How do you close? Oh, was I doing this incorrectly? Oh, shuffle. There we go. Close. No ration. Alright, they've automated Jackson. You used to have to manually pull the cards in, then shuffle the deck. That's good. That's innovation. Progress. I'd really like a wraparound. It would be very sweet. If I drew 2 cards of both wraparounds going bang, bang, or an archer would be really good, and then I can start to score stupid things like this. Oh well. Oh, looks like that was a misclick to draw that card. And then removes attack. Didn't run the snare, so this just sits here. It's unfortunate. Losing the extra keyhole, very good. Starting a turn, give me a card. That's not what I wanted. Really didn't want that. I'm going to draw a card. Archer, okay. That's going to go on server 0. Then, jeez. I think I just gained a credit. I can put this in there now and not advance it, which is pretty gross because that means it's there for 3 turns. And gives our opponent the more of an opportunity to try and get in there, obviously. Or I can't afford to both res I can on 6 credits, but then I go down to 0. I have to start again if our opponent runs one of these 2 servers. Dylan's on the ball too. They will decide to run the most recent server if I do that, so I think it's too late. I had to either do it last turn or not at all. This is just going to rot here, and that's fine. So I'm going to gain a credit and pass turn. Yeah, Max with Faust. I'm curious as to who designed this deck. Might be one of Dylan's own. Not sure. This is a keyhole run? Yes, it is. And if our opponent hits any 2-pointer, it is GG, son. There are still 3 3-pointers in there. So we've got the 1 Atlas and 2 of the geothermals here. So not incredibly unlikely. Will it be GG? I'm just sort of praying to the shuffle gods here. Hopefully everything will be alright and we can get through this. But it's made for fun watching, hasn't it? Powerful play. You'll notice Dylan's different lines of play. And also how the early siphons and the siphon trains, just the power of it's so good, as we discovered. Alright, so that was the archer. Alright, so not fantastic we lost the second archer, but we're probably not going to res more than 1, which is the one that's here. So this is going okay. So next turn I can install, advance. It's another keyhole run. Okay, with 2 clicks left. So there's potentially and this chance and the next chance to hit the 2-pointer. Trash's Liberator account. Yeah, okay. It's all over. Dylan, I assume, will now run archives. Yeah. GG. That was brutal and fast. Thanks for the game. Let's find out who designed the deck. Hopefully Dylan will let us know. Might be one of their brews. I apologise if I'm... Oh, Sly Squid. Sly Squid's deck list. It's cool, I like it. I'm still not sure about Trope. Didn't really use it all that much. And maybe this is a personal choice. I would get rid of the Joshua Bees because I don't think they're that good. Was looking good, and Dylan's been doing well with it at local events, so that's great. So guys, 2-1 with the Argus list. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much to our Patreon supporters for giving us the little bit of extra support that we need. As we always say, it's a small but meaningful thing that the Patreon supporters do that give us the liquidity to do these extra things. I'm really enjoying doing these new videos. So if you want to support us on Patreon, you can check us out at patreon.com/The Winning Agenda. As always, you can check us out, our podcast, The Winning Agenda, every Monday night. We look forward to hearing from you guys. So thanks so much for tuning in and putting up with me. I'll see you soon. Bye.